So now we're going to define the vertical cross section. I start with a guide curve, both vertical and horizontal, going from one curve to the second. Make sure that pierces the curves. And going for horizontal as well. That way I can kind of see the basic size or the area I have to cover with my spline. And it's easy to connect a spline to the points if you've got guide curves or reference lines connecting them. So now that we have that, we are going to start with our spline. Just do half, and then you can mirror around the guideline. So we have to come around that body, or around the foot. Now, initially I put a point there, but then I second guessed it, and I was like, I don't actually need the point around the corner of the foot. So, if I remember right, I just took it out in a minute. But now I'm just adjusting it because I want kind of a smooth transition between the top and the bottom. So, messing with the angle, and I've failed like 3 times. There we go. Now the reason we do that is because when we want a nice smooth body, and if you have horizontal connections between the two halves, you'll get a nice smooth curvature connecting those halves, as opposed to some sort of like weird edge that's formed. See there, I delete the point. I only really need 3, and then I can define the curvature off the spline curve, if that makes sense. But anyways, as I was saying, you want those to be horizontal, and those to be so that you get a nice smooth transition between each side. That you don't get some weird ridge if you make it like pointed or something, if that makes sense. Maybe I'll make another tutorial showing the don'ts of Solidworks, things I've done that didn't work and that are bad. Anyways, after I'm done with that curvature, we're going to mirror that half around my guide curve right there. And as you can see, it makes kind of a pretty circular shape, and this will be one of the profiles that will define my loft. Now you have to go back and make sure all the points pierce their respective guide curves. So like right there, make sure it's pierced. Piercing is the key to success. If you don't pierce it, you will fail. So there you go. Turn off that curvature. And that's pretty much the end of this tutorial. I will continue showing part 2. And thank you for watching. Hopefully this is helpful. In the end, it's probably best to just experiment if you don't know how to do with it, or call a SolidWorks expert. Again, thank you for watching.